Hello, welcome to Philosophy in Take Home No Philosophy. My name is Marco Antonio, and today we are going to read Human, All to Human by Friedrich Nietzsche, and going to practice my English, and I hope to get better day by day. Come on. Human, Whole to Human, preface. Often enough and always with great consternation, people has told me that there is something distinctive in all my writing from the works home tragedy to the most recently published prologue to a philosophy of the future. All whom day I have been told contains snark hang nep for careless verbs and hang almost constant and persist. Challenge to rework on habitual estimation and estimate habit. What's that? Everything is only human, whole to human, with that and take one caps from my rating. They say with a kind of weariness and distract event torque morality indic tested and encouraged in no small way to become the spokesman for the words think my day perhaps be only the best slander. My rating have become a school for suspicion event more for contempt fortunately Oslo for Kerik Hang in fact for Derek. Truly and myself do not believe that anyone has ever looked into the work without this suspicion, unknown only as an occasional devil and advocate, but repeat as much to speak theologically as an enemy and a challenger of good. However, he says something on the consequences of anything suspicion, something on the chills and fear stemming from isolation to the too weak and demand vermin wind and unconditional difference of viewpoints ensconcing this person will understand how often I try to take shelter some work to recover from myself as in to forget myself entirely fork and take in some sort of reverence or enmity or or scholarness scholarliness or frivolity or stupid and he will also understand why when I could not find what I needed, I had to gauge in by fork artificially to counterfeit it or create it poetically. And what have poets ever done or the Rouse question or the otherwise and why it do it have all the arc in the work question. And I always needed most to cure and restore myself. However, was the belief that I was not the only what to be as to see as I needed the enchanting intuition and kinship up equality in the I am in desire, repose in trusted friendship. I needed a shelf blindness with no suspicion or question mark, applied in foreground surface out is near what is needed. Perhaps one could accuse me in this regard often sort of arc various sorts of finer counterfeiting. A fork in Sapol that I'd have deliberately and willfully close my eyes to Schopenhauer's blind will to morality. Similarly, that I had deceived myself about Richard Wagner's Wagner incurribus romanticism. Similarly about the Greeks, similarly about the German and their future. But even if this whole work through up I work accused of it, we got reason out. Do we know what could you know about the amount of self preserved cunning of reason and higher protection that is contained in such self discernment, and how much fullness I still recover, so that I make it permitting myself the luxury of my truthfulness. Enough I am still alive and life has not been divided by morality. It what discernment it lives on discernment, but void you knowing year I have beginning again do what I have always that the whole immoralities and work catcher I am speaking in morally extra morally beyond good and evil. Thus I invented when I needed that the free spiritus to young this heavy hearted stout hearted book with the time human whole to human is dedicated. There are no sac free spiritus work no, but as I said, I needed their company at the time. No time to be up cup cheer in the midst of bad illness, isolation, forestness, slows inactivity, as brain fellows and specters to chop up laugh wind last week web one feels like chatting and laughed and young one self to hell where they get buried as reparation for likened friends that there could someday be such free spiritus that I ayer Yoruk will have sack lively. Daring fellows Akmon is sack o tomorrow and the day after tomorrow real and palpable and not merely, as in my case, phantom and air mix shadow play. Yang the last person to one to doing that I already see that comic slowly and perhaps I am doing something to hasten their comic when I describing before the fact the faithful condition that I'll see give it rise to the pants on which I see them coming. Page number 3. It may be no de maybe sino de it se puede conjeturar it may be conjectured that the case event for a spirit in whom the type of the free spirit is one day to repent to suing perfection has been agreeing separation and that before if he was probably all the more about spirit and seemed to be chained forever to his corner, to his pose. One bind most firmly, which corpse can almost not be torn. Question with men of a high and select type in will be their obligation that always befits the young their diffident and delicacy before all of them is thank honor and dignifying their gratitude for the ground out of which they grew, for the have depth for the sharing shark and right where they learn to or seek their own height moments will bind them most fairly and oblige them most lastingly. For such both people the great separation can't suddenly like the shock on an earthquake all what the young soul is devastated torque and in itself does not know what is happening, and urge and pressure governed in mastering the soul like a command the will and is awakened to go away anywhere and any cause violate dangerous curiosity for an undiscovered work flames and flicker it all the senses better today than live here so some the spiritus and seducting voice and this here this and home is embracing which it had low and until death better today than live here so sought the spiritus and seducting voice and this year this and home is everything which it had low until until then saddle Yoruk and suspicion of that which it love and lightning flash on contemplator dark out with its obligation and rebellious despotic volcanically jolting desire to roam abroad to become alienated cool so work I see a hatred of love, perhaps a desecratory wretched and glancing backward to work is hap until death overshed and loved, perhaps a blush of shame and its mouth reached up and up the and up the same time jubilation that is was that done that is was dap dragons near no a drunkard's inner jubilant shader which betrays a victory over what over June a pallid questionable victory at the first victory the first victory nevertheless sat but at painful sick park on the history of the grain separation. It is also a disease that can destroy man. This fresh outbreak of strength and will to self-determination, self-valoration, this will through free will, and how much this is spread by the white attempts and peculiarities with which the Frenchman, the separated monk now tries to put whose rule over sick. He ordered about savagely with an unsatisfied lass. His booty match atone for the dangerous tension of his prank. He rigs apart an attractive gin with an evil laugh. He overturned out. He finds conceal spark until the bisexual he investigates how these things look in the arc overtaker there is an arbitrariness and pleasure in arbitrariness too, in if he did perhaps direct his favor to that which previously previously stood it this descriput. It he creeps curiously and enticingly around on its mouth forbidden. Behind his ranging activity for his yearning, Leslie endlessly as in a desert stank the question mark and on no stank the question mark of an ever more dangerous curiosity. Canon whole values be overturned and is good, perchance evil and good only an invention and nicety of the devil is everything, perhaps ultimate fault, and here we are destined are we know for that very reason also deceiver much we know be deceiver too. Sack so live and misleading always furthered onward always furthering away. Loneliness set out Jing Kerch round Jing evermore it's retaining strong glit hark contracting that fearful gones and matter seva cupidinum bang you today knows how loneliness is. O sea, quién sabe hoy en día qué es la soledad. Y okay, very good. I think for day with leap it jerk. We stop on page number 4. See you tomorrow. Haré, we know yourself, have a love of faith, and please be happy. See you tomorrow. Bye.